Greetings fellow earthlings, welcome back to my show Super Genki. My name is Jerry and this is my channel. Today I'm going to do a makeup look. This is the look that I created today, and I'm going to use some great old school hero products. So if you'd like to see how I did this look, then keep on watching. Hello beautiful people, I hope you're all well wherever you are in the world. Today I would like to just have a little play around and do a nice warm smoky eye look to make my blue eyes pop. I have hooded eyes, so this may be helpful for any of you that have hooded eyes as well. I'm playing around with my lighting at the moment and I'm experimenting. I will get better, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Right, now I'm going to use some old school products. I feel that a lot of people are just constantly onto the new, onto the next, onto the new, you know, and there are some really hero products that we miss out on using because everyone's looking for the next thing. But you know, there are great quality products out there, and for the eyes I'm going to go with a good old favourite. I'm going to use two of the Jeffree Star First Eye Palettes. Yes, do we see anyone using these days? Hardly, no. So I'm going to give these a little love today and see how it goes. So from the Beauty Killer palette I'm going to go for Courtney, which is this one, and I'm going to use this as a transition shade. My little hand mirror, decorated it myself, had it for quite a few years now before they were quite the rage. Right, so let me get closer so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to the top of my lid and just putting that product on. When you have lights, to make the makeup show up, sometimes you have to put more on. I mean, obviously that depends how good your lighting is, but I'm a new tuber, so I'm learning as I go along, which we all do, don't we? So I'm just using windshield wiper motions backwards and forwards and just swirling them around just to get some definition into that crease. Yeah, these first Jeffree Star palettes, they're excellent. I mean, all his products are really good. Anything he puts his name to is excellent, and rightly so. If you're going to put your name to something, then you want the products to be good, don't you? You don't want them to be, you know, substandard. Especially now, there are so many cosmetic companies out there. You know, every day it seems like, you know, there's a new release, a new product, a new brand. So the competition is tough out there. So quality will always, you know, be lasting, and these are really good value, and the pans are really good as well. So I'm not sure whether that is showing up quite a lot. I'm just going to push it up a little bit at the end there. I've already put my eyebrows on just a little bit, and I have a little tip I'm going to show you for how you can keep the end of the eyebrow. Sometimes it's easy, these get smudged off with pencils or whatever, but I have my own tip. I always give credit where credit's due, and I think that's very important, but when it's something that I've been doing for years, I'm going to take the credit, alright? So yeah, a little bit more of that Courtney. This is a gorgeous colour, really lovely. Oh yeah, which brush am I using? I'm using a Morphe. Let's have a look. I wear reading glasses, so I'm going to use my magnifying glass because it's not going to be a good look keep putting glasses on, off, on, off. So this is the Morphe M573, and hopefully you can see really nice transition colour. Really liking that. And I'm going to also take that down the bottom excuse me, and I'm going to use a Makeup Geek pencil brush for this, and just going to go under all of the eye and connect it to what I've just done. See, already the blue eyes are popping. A little more. And with a clean brush, I'm going to take an Estee Lauder brush. This is a blending brush. It's worn out. I've had it for quite some time, so I don't know. I just know it's a shading brush. I don't know the number or anything, but you know, I've had this probably about 12 years, so the quality is pretty good considering it's 12 years old. So I'm going to the Androgyny palette now, and I'm going to use this lovely chocolate brown, which is called Dominator, and the brush that I have is the Morphe M507. It's a very tiny, little tiny brush, if you can see that. So that will be perfect for getting some of this definition into the eye socket. Look ahead and go above the crease like that, because then you're going to get all of the product on there. Quite a lot there, but it will buff itself out. I have a little bit of fallout as well. I should have put some powder underneath. Maybe I'll do that now. Quickly clean that up. So, some Luke. I'm going to put a little bit of the infallible magic powder, which is the blue powder, and this is from L'Oreal. I have quite a few different powders. I believe in mixing them. It depends what you want to use the makeup, the powder for. It depends where you're going, what you're doing. But I like to build up and get a really nice natural skin base. It may not look like there's many products on, but I build them up. And I'll do another video on the skin base. I just wanted to do something with my eyes for today. I've just taped my little hand mirror behind the Diva lights, so hopefully it doesn't drop, but it's in a better place and more comfortable for me to film. I'm going to take on a Mac 217, a rather old one, but I quite like the way it's a bit threadbare because it gives me a little more control. So I'm going to... There you go, it's smashed. So my hand mirror broke, and I could edit that out, but I'm going to keep it in because mistakes happen in life, but I didn't look in the mirror, because they say if you look in the mirror it's 7 years bad luck. But also it's what you give power to by what you believe and what you think. So I'm going in with the MAC 217, and I'm going to go in with this beautiful orange colour from the Androgyny palette. It's called Charmed. I always tap back onto the powder. People do it over, but what a waste of product. I mean, you spend all this money on makeup, and then you're like, if you imagine how much you shake off, you know, by the end of the year, it's probably half of the eyeshadow. So let's go with this lovely orange, and I'm just going to do on the top of all of that, just so it really diffuses it really nicely and adds a pop of colour there. And the orange is really good for the blue eyes as well, so it will make my eyes pop. Gorgeous bronze, Deja Vu, that's calling my name. So I'm going to use my finger with that and just plop it all over the lid. Wow, look at that, gorgeous. Gorgeous. A flesh coloured pencil here, and this is from Wet n Wild. Can't read the colour, it's come off, but any flesh coloured pencil will do. I'm going to go inside my waterline. And this will really open up the eye. A flat angle brush. This is a very generic one I've had for years, so anyone will do, as long as it's quite stiff. Real Technique. Small baby brush, doesn't have a name, but usually the sort of copper colours are usually for the face, like the base. I'm going to take this gorgeous gold, which is called Frosting, and I'm going to take that and just that in the inner corner. So I was going to give you a little tip. When the end of your eyebrows sometimes can smudge you off, obviously depending which product you use. So I have a gorgeous little tip which I've been doing for years. Now, in the UK we have a product called Lip Coat, and this is from the 80s as I remember, and it's just something that you put over your lipstick and it will help keep your lipstick on for a lot longer. But what I do is I have one for the lips and one for tricks, and all I do is basically just paint on the end like so, let it dry, and that really helps the end of the eyebrow stay longer. Now I don't know if you have that in the rest of the world or not, but there must be something like it, or you can probably buy it online. I'm sure eBay or Amazon or some other beauty sites have this, but it's a little wonder trick there, especially when you want to keep your eyebrow on. I'm back and I have done my eyes, and I'm very pleased with how they look, and they've really enhanced my eyes. I just wanted to give you a little tip for mascara, and this is a tip that I learned in Japan when I used to model in my 20s. And when you have the wand, go onto the top of the lash first. So you paint the top of the lash and then start to coat the bottoms of the lash. This way you're going to get much more volume, and my friend who was a Japanese makeup artist, he taught me this because Japanese people have smaller eyelashes, and that's the way that they help bulk them up and give them more volume. So I think that's quite a good little tip there for you. So give it a try and see what you think. I need to work on putting some colour back into my face. So I'm going to use some bronzer, and I'm going to use this I Heart Revolution product, which is the Summer of Love, it's called. Obviously a dupe for the Too Faced. This has got a nice sheen to it, and it's a really, really gorgeous, beautiful product. I'm using a Real Techniques big powder brush here. Classic Grwm in Spice, which is basically a dupe for MAC Spice. So, right, let's have a look. Just want something quite natural. Just help to even out the pigment in my lips. I do little round turning motions here, so it's not so, you know, like angled and sharp. Just gives it a much more natural look. Fill it in. I'm liking that. And I'm going to stain. I'm going to use this from Boots 17. It's the Lip Crush. No colour on it, but it's the one that's kind of reddish. So I just put a little bit of this on. I'm going to use a MAC product, which is Hush. I'm going to use my fingers here. And this is like a very sort of pinky, fleshy, with a little bit of a sheen, which is really nice, and adds a very nice natural glow. But I will put powder over the top. I just want to make a little sort of adhesive for the powder to cling to mix. I love mixing products. I think that you come up with your own sort of unique, you know, makeup when you do that. Brow bone, a bit too high. Cupid's bow. Bridge of the nose. A little bit there. The Jeffree Star Peach Goddess. I do like this one. Any little fluffy brush. I like using these ones, sometimes fan brushes, but these ones are really good. Just give it a little swirl. Why is everything breaking, especially mirrors? It's like crazy. This lip topper from Revolution. I love Revolution. There's so many great products from them. And this is luxurious, so let me get luxurious, eh? So, look at that. Lovely. Just in the middle, a little bit there. Add some dimension. It's not sticky. It's very nice, moisturized. This is a Revolution Pro product, and it's skin finish in opalescent. This is beautiful. This is a dupe for the MAC Makeup mineralized skin finish, I think they're called as well. Maybe not, but something similar like that. Morphe E3 brush here. Just swirl it round, and yeah, put it on the skin. And get that lovely glowiness into the skin. How's that looking? Yeah, I'm liking that. That's looking pretty nice. So some setting spray. I'm going to use the Revolution Sport Fix, another good product. This actually keeps the makeup longer because that's why it's called Sports Fix, and anything that keeps the makeup looking fresh and gorgeous longer is fine by me. So nice. Oh, it smells nice as well. It's gorgeous. That is so refreshing. And of course, a little fan to fan one's makeup. So let's see. Ooh, do I need blusher? Do I need blusher? Yes, I do need blusher. And while the skin is all gorgeous and dewy and iridescent and sparkly, I will put it on. Oldie but goodie, I'm going to use the Manali Baked Blush in Illuminoso. This is such a gorgeous blush. And I'm going to use a Makeup Geek angle brush for that. Really nice angle brush. See that lovely angle? Perfect for doing blush. A little bit blending, so it all marries together rather nicely, and that's the look. So I hope you enjoyed that and had a good laugh at me, my first attempt at doing a makeup. I will get better. Look after yourself, take care, have a great week, weekend, whatever, whenever you're watching this. And remember, what you do to others, you do to yourself. So be kind. Lots of love. Bye-bye.